This is a picture of the members of George Washington's first cabinet. You have Thomas Jefferson as Secretary of State. You have Alexander Hamilton, Secretary of the Treasury. You have Henry Knox, who's Secretary of War, which is now the Secretary of Defense. And you have the Attorney General, which is Edmund Randolph. Cabinet members, as we all know, provide guidance and advice to the president, who makes the ultimate decision on certain issues that they are experts in. Well, they're supposed to be experts, but there's no cabinet in the Constitution. So who are these people? Yeah, we go in there. That's right. Shut up and just open up your books to law number 7 in the 48 Laws of Power. Law number 7 says, get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Use the wisdom, knowledge, and legwork of other people to further your own cause. Not only will such assistance save you valuable time and energy, it will give you a godlike aura of efficiency and speed. In the end, your helpers will be forgotten and you will be remembered. Never do yourself what others can do for you. George Washington knew when he became president that he had to deal with a lot of stuff that he really wasn't familiar with on a large scale like the United States of 13 states. So he had to find people that were experts in certain fields to get them to come and advise him on a regular basis so he can make an informed decision. So what he did was he said, Hamilton's good at money, so I'm going to put him at Treasury. Thomas Jefferson seems to know a lot about state affairs, world affairs, so I'm going to put him at state and make him my diplomat. Plus, he was over in France for a little while, so he can help us out with that. I need somebody to deal with war because, I mean, even though I'm the commander-in-chief, I don't have time to deal with troops on a regular basis. I can get Henry Knox. Yes, he was a bookstore owner, but now he's a hero general. I'll put him as Secretary of War. He'll be fine. He's a little bit outside of height and weight regulations, but it is the Army. He's not the Marine Corps like the guy that's doing this video, but he'll be fine. And I need a lawyer that can deal with the law that used to be an Attorney General at one point in time, and that was governor. And plus, he needs to enforce the law that I have to execute. You know what? I'll get Edmund Randolph. He's pretty good at doing that stuff. Now, again, there's a reversal to every law, and you can go look up the book and read about it. But for the most part, those guys wanted to do good in their jobs, not just because it was Washington's administration, but because they were good at their jobs, it will propel their careers. There's also a law that's different from what Washington did that Abraham Lincoln did. And if you want to know that, just let me know and I'll tell you about it. The hierarchy of every company, every military branch, every political party, every political system, even with your favorite movie stars and actors and rappers and singers and baseball players and all, it's all over the place. There's a hierarchy and everybody want to get to the king and they want to get as close to the king or the president as possible. So you have to play by these rules if you want to succeed, if you're the king. That's one reason why they say heavy is the head that wears the crown, because he got all these avenues he got to deal with and he or she has to make a decision. And when the law says that your helpers will be forgotten and you will be remembered, let me help you out with that. This is President James Monroe. He's responsible for the Monroe Doctrine, which we still live under today. Do you know who wrote the Monroe Doctrine? It wasn't James Monroe. It was John Quincy Adams, his Secretary of State. John Quincy Adams, go look at his career. He was built for the presidency, and that's a whole nother story. He was the United States' greatest diplomat. He wrote the Monroe Doctrine, but because it was under James Monroe's administration, it became the Monroe Doctrine, and John Quincy Adams was forgot about as far as writing the Monroe Doctrine. If you stayed this long to let me nerd out, I appreciate it. Let me know if you want to know more about the 48 Laws of Power and the presidency and politics, and let me know what you think.